No. Or at least I don't think so. Marty Supreme is a movie that not only I was highly anticipating, but it seemed that everyone was. This is due not only to Timothee Chalamet's insane marketing campaign, but also due to the hype of his acting prowess and director Josh Safdie. And while I have not seen his most famous work to date, Uncut Gems, I have seen the movie Good Time that him and his brother also directed, which is pretty similar to this movie. Both have moments where you're completely filled to the brim with anxiety. That's the only way I can really describe it. That is to basically say, I knew what I was getting into coming into this movie. And I have a bit of a bad feeling that not a lot of people will. I have a bad feeling that a lot of people will think this is a movie similar to F1 and not similar to Uncut Gems. There are going to be a lot of people that see this movie and either do not get it or think it's going to be something completely different and then walk out of the theater horrified. That being said, this is one of the best films to come out in a year that already had multiple classics release. This movie is 2.5 hours long, and it kind of feels like half of that length. This is due not only to the incredible pacing of the film, but also how well written it is, and how everything that happens just leads into the next. It's kind of incredible that this movie is able to have so many different subplots, and they all feel fleshed out and well done enough that they don't trip over themselves when they all kind of collide. And I appreciate that this movie really treats its audience with respect and not having to constantly remind us who specific people were just so we can follow the movie. I know I've said this already, but if you're going into this movie expecting another F1, another really exciting movie about following your dreams and winning at ping pong, you're going into the wrong movie. There are a lot of things that are inspiring about this movie. There are a lot of things where you see Marty do some action that is reprehensible, and you understand why he does that, because he needs to achieve this dream. But this is not F1. This is a John Safdie movie, and the main character of the last 3 John Safdie movies, Marty included, are all massive pieces of shit. This movie really does take the idea of following your dreams no matter what to an insane degree, because the shit that Marty does to get into the tournaments he needs screws a lot of people over. But I do have some fears with a general audience. They're going to watch this movie and think it is absolute garbage because they don't understand that this is not supposed to be a perfect person. This movie is filled to the brim with awful, greedy, real people. And I think that's one of the things that has resonated so well with audiences. But outside of how the characters act, you might be wondering how the actors actually did acting, and they did a great job. Of course, we got to start out with Timothee Chalamet, Mr. Marty Supreme himself. He does a fantastic job playing Sir Martin. He's convincing, he's cocky, he's arrogant, he's a showman, he's a shithead, he's perfect for this role. He does such a good job with this role that I think people are starting to think that he himself is this twisted narcissist, when I couldn't think of that being further from the truth. He somehow perfectly toes this line of complete psychopath and just really big dreamer and someone that just really wants to fulfill their purpose, and is able to kind of avoid just being a character that is universally hated because he's just so charismatic and likable. Odessa Zion is also an excellent actress in this film. She plays Rachel, and she is absolutely wonderful. This girl that Marty works with to get what he needs in order to fulfill his dream of being the best ping pong player in the world. I don't want to get too into spoilers on how she does that, but she is a major piece in this story. Another great performance in this film was Tyler the Creator, or Tyler Akoma. This was his first acting role since, I don't know if you would count Loiter Squads as acting, but it's his first acting role in a major film, and he did a great job as Wally. He is a blast on screen. Every scene he's in, he's convincing, he's fun, and he's incredible. The 2 other major standouts in this movie to me were Gwyneth Paltrow as Kate. She is this actress that used to be really big in the 30s, but is now, it's 20 years later. It takes place in 1950. So she's kind of seen as this older actress who's not in her prime anymore, which is a perfect kind of pairing to Marty, who is actively pursuing his dream. Also, that Chud from Shark Tank is also in this movie. He's really good in it as this dipshit husband of Kate that Marty just fucking hates and wants to fuck over. But the problem is Chud from Shark Tank is an absolute demon that you do not want to work with. The last thing I want to talk about, funny enough, about this movie is the ping pong scenes. The ping pong scenes in it are a joy to watch. They are shot incredibly. They show the true talent that Marty Griezmann or Marty Mauser in this movie has. It is just an incredibly fun time to watch them play, and it's kind of surprising there aren't more of them, but regardless, I still think what we get in terms of ping pong here is incredibly well shot and just shows how intense the sport really can be. So I guess to answer the question that this video is asking, is Marty Supreme overrated? No, not at all. It is a really well shot, well made movie where everyone acts their ass off. But if you go into this movie expecting something like F1 or some like feel good sports movie, you aren't going to get that with this. So that's my only warning, is if you're going in expecting to have a feel good fun time, that's not what you're going to get with this movie. If you've made it this far into watching, thank you for doing so. Leave a like if you enjoyed and maybe subscribe. If you have any thoughts about Marty Supreme, or if you've seen it and thought it was good or it was shit or it was overrated, whatever, just leave it in the comments below. I always like to read the comments, but I want to hear what you guys think. So, thanks. See ya.